So no shit, there I was. And look who came to visit. There I was one Sunday morning, and look who came to visit. What's up, Keri? Finally, we finally got you out here.
We've been talking about it forever.
I know. Look at those awesome leggings. Look at that. Oh shit! What's up? 954 biker bitch. Let's go for a little ride, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's go. So I'm very happy you actually schlepped down here to pay us a visit.
Yeah.
Down in the 305.
Yeah, I don't come down here too often.
How come? This is where all the action is.
I know. It's just kind of crazy. I mean, like a 30-minute ride to get down here, which is not too bad.
True that.
I have been wanting to come down here though, just because of all like the artwork and stuff like that. Like I've only ever been down here at night, and you can't really see much, you know?
Yeah, Wynwood is freaking beautiful. All right, so if y'all don't know, Keri, she is a stunter extraordinaire.
in training.
In training, but she's pretty cool because you'll see here in a minute when we stop, I'm going to show you her bike. It is an FZ07 Yamaha, one of my favorite bikes. But y'all can see she's got all the stunting stuff. She's got the pegs and the back thing to spark people up. She cut off her blinkers, no mirrors. You're set.
Yeah, the clapper now.
Yeah, she's pretty.
She's got a couple scratches, but
yeah, but that's what stunters do, right?
She does the job.
All right, Keri, so first things first, let's get Tatiana's favorite question out of the way. How did you get started in motorcycling?
So honestly, like, I grew up with it.
Okay.
My dad actually had a cruiser.
Nice.
So even in the neighborhood as a little kid, he would take us for rides around the neighborhood. So that's where it started, and then I would even start riding around town and stuff with him.
Now, when you say your dad had a bike, did he have like a Harley, a dirt bike? What was he into?
No, it was a Honda. It was like a cruiser, though. I don't know exactly what it was. So he had that, and then both my older brothers actually have bikes too. My one brother had one first, and then he wrecked, and then he never got another one. But my other brother, he has one now as well. So I've kind of just always been around it.
Sure.
And then I got, like, obsessed with it.
Nice.
You know, I may have been with a guy that was a stunter.
Okay, there we go. Now it all comes around, okay?
Yeah, so then I became, like, obsessed with it. Probably when I was in high school. And I would, like, no joke, literally every day after school, I would go home and watch hours and hours of video
of stunters and stuff?
Just as like stunters. Like before I was even riding on my own, I knew like the process on how to do a clutch up wheelie.
Oh, love it.
Like I would like study it, you know?
That's great. That's awesome.
Like I was just so obsessed with it. So literally even when I started riding on my own, my third day ever riding by myself, I was already trying to do wheelies.
Oh, nice.
So I just got into it.
You've had the dedication, like the stunts are in your heart and your blood.
Yeah, I mean, that's just always what I wanted to do when I was riding, you know?
That's really cool. So for frame of reference, how old are you? If you don't want to say, don't say. I know how women are.
I just turned 24 last week.
Oh, wow, you're a baby. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so then what was your first bike? What was your first one?
Well, I was buying a bike from a friend, and I was riding it the night before I was literally going to pay him.
Okay.
And the night before I was going to pay him, like literally had all the money, everything, the night before is when I wrecked it.
Oh, girl, come on.
So I completely totaled it, but it ended up working out for him because he got a check from the insurance, which is it was more than what I was paying him. So
okay, great.
So it worked out, you know. I did him a favor.
All right. But did you keep the bike?
No.
Okay,
No, they came and they took the bike. So I guess officially, this would be the FZ07 would be technically my first bike.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, you said you started in high school, right?
No, I was like obsessed with it in high school, but I didn't have the bike yet.
Okay,
I was just like always obsessed with motorcycles.
So how long have you had the bike?
This bike I bought in March of last year.
Okay, well, she's very nice. I love the blue that you got going on there.
Yeah, I like it. Actually comes like that too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I didn't do anything to it.
Yeah, I think as far as naked bikes are concerned, Yamaha's done one of the best jobs in designing one because they look.
Yeah.
I love how they look.
Absolutely. Yeah, my brother has a naked bike too. He has the Keri 650.
Okay.
But I still like mine better. Mine still looks a lot better.
Yeah. When I do come around, you know, months down the road, I told you a minute ago, and I've told everybody, I was going to get the Harley Bronx, or at least test ride it, but I'm going to go Yamaha because Harley screwed me, and they nixed the Bronx.
Yeah. But, hey, you can ride mine, take it for a test ride.
I might. We'll switch it up later today.
There you go. You're going to love it. You'll be like, hey, next week you're going to be like, hey, Keri, guess what?
I got me a Yamaha.
Yep.
Teach me how to wheelie. All right, so I've been stalking your Instagram in a non-creepy way. And
doing research.
Doing research, right. And I see that you've taken a lot of trips with a lot of people, a lot of influencers that are into stunting. How did you get into that scene?
I mean, like I said, like I knew I wanted to stunt, you know, so that's kind of just the people I surrounded myself with.
Right.
So even just a local stunt group. So I ended up connecting with Jess. I connected with Jess through Instagram.
Wait, y'all remember Jess? And, okay, so you connected with Jess?
So then I met her through Instagram, and so me and Tati actually went together that day.
Okay.
And we all, like, did, like, a little photo shoot thing, but that's how we met. So then we started hanging out, riding together. And so then after that, we actually planned a trip together, and we went up to the Tail of the Dragon.
Tail of the Dragon. I've seen a lot of pictures from that trip.
Yeah, so that's
actually,
a good time.
I'm going to put some of your pictures up right here.
Yeah, and it's different, you know, it's not necessarily my style of riding because it's like all the curves and stuff like that.
Right.
But ultimately I was like, you know what, it's just going to make me a better rider. And I enjoy going with them too, you know, they made it fun. I had a blast. So we went one time and we loved it so much that we shortly were back again.
Nice, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I will say, when I was talking to Jess, she did mention that, if I'm getting it right, that her bike just wasn't quite right on the twisties up there and stuff, and she said that your bike was fantastic.
Yeah, I let her ride my bike, which, it's different, and for me, like, learning body position, I felt like it was weird at first.
Right.
Just because everybody else is so leaned over and it's so easy for them to just, you know, come off the side. But the more I did it, I got comfortable with it, you know.
Cool.
What I had to do mainly was just get past the mental part of it, you know.
Yeah.
The mental block, like, okay, you can lean more. Like, it's okay to lean.
Right. Yeah, so see, look at this beauty. How can you not come down to Miami?
Yeah, this is nice. I do remember coming down this road before, stunting one night.
Oh, there you go. You stunters, hooligans.
Yeah, so that was a trip with Jess. That one wasn't like a stunt trip. I'd say my first the stunt trip I went on was for Leaned Back, which was in Chicago with Brian 636, all them, whatever.
Very cool.
And it was actually Courtney, a little bit. She was the one that invited me to go along with her, which was nice. You know, she's local to down here, so.
Right. Hang on, while we're talking about her, Courtney, you are being challenged to come on my program, do a video, because Keri said you'd do it, so. She did say that, by the way. All right, so you went up to Chicago, and that was, I imagine, pretty awesome, right?
Trip, and we stayed up there, and it was amazing because it was completely different from anything I've been to. You know, I was really new to riding, anyways.
Right.
So it just kind of like exposed the whole world of stunting, you know, to me. So
that's really cool.
Yeah. So then after that trip, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go home. Like, I'm gonna practice. Like, I'm gonna get really good at stunting now. Which was after that. And then it, you know, the opportunity came up so many other times just to go on different trips, different bike events. You know, I'm new to the scene, so like I had no idea all these events, you know.
Right.
And I am grateful for Courtney, you know, to tell me about them. And we went up to, I went up to Chicago for that, lean back. I went up to Connecticut for East Coasting.
Right. Now, all this stuff is rather recent, right?
Sorry?
All this stuff is rather recent. That Chicago trip wasn't that long ago.
This was all last year, like within a few months. Yeah, I traveled a lot last year.
So luckily you were able to do that in the middle of the pandemic, right?
Yeah. Actually, I know everybody's like, you know, 2020 sucks. 2020, honestly, for me was probably one of my best years yet.
Oh, wow. Well, that's great. That's good to hear.
I worked as little as possible, like less than usual. I made more money. I traveled more. So it was just like all around. Like,
that's great to hear. All right. That's awesome.
Yeah. East Coasting, though, that was a blast.
Is that a show? Is that an organization? Are they a team? What is that?
East Coasting, basically up there in Connecticut, they have this event every year.
Okay.
And it's mainly like Harley guys. So it's mainly like a Harley event, but it's so cool. You know, for me, that was my first time ever seeing like these guys actually stunt Harleys, like like the big baggers, you know.
That is pretty cool to see, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it was unreal. It was super cool. Because you know, you think like, oh, that's not supposed to happen like that. Like, we stunt baggers. What the heck? So it was really cool to see something different. It was absolutely crazy. The cops tried to shut the whole thing down.
Of course they did.
Yeah, but it was just like a block party, mainly in the street with everybody stunting. It was just absolute insanity.
All right, so we're heading to the old Marine Stadium. It's now just a huge parking lot where hopefully Keri's going to show off some of her skills.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Now, while we get there, Keri, let me ask you about this. It's not about debating it or whatever, but I have said in many videos, I love motorcycle stunting. I love watching wheelies and burnouts and the whole thing. But I don't think it's very safe to do it on the street when there's traffic present. What do you say to somebody like me?
I mean, honestly, a lot of people will go, and that's why we do practice a lot.
Right.
You know, because it's not necessarily as safe in the streets at first when you're learning.
Right.
You know, and granted, no matter how good you are, something can always go wrong. You can fall off the street. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with the way we do, like, wheelies and stuff like that, we're not going at a very high speed.
Sure.
You know, so even when I personally looped it a couple times, I wasn't going, like, fast enough for me to get hurt so bad.
Okay. Right, but it's not necessarily for you, like, but let's say you and I are riding and you pop a wheelie in front of me. If you go down, now I'm in danger too, right?
Yeah, that's why when we're on the ride all together, like, everybody kind of knows now how each person rides.
Okay. So yeah, it's like a team. You got to know each other's tendencies.
Yeah, and that's also why you got to be careful when you're out of town and stuff, because you don't know how these other people ride.
Sure.
But I always say just make sure to give yourself space, you know, and don't ride out of your comfort zone.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Because a lot of people try to, like, be all up close and trying to squeeze through people. Like, if you're not comfortable with it, don't. Like.
Right. It's still, so the old adage, ride your ride, still applies, always.
Right. Absolutely. The thing is, though, like, when somebody's stunting and they're in a wheelie, if they drop back, so meaning, you know, they're going further, almost like they're scraping, if they drop back, their speed slows down a lot.
Of course.
So you have to keep that in mind when you're right behind somebody, because they can just all of a sudden slow down a lot. And if you're not paying attention, you're looking to the side, you're going to ram into them. You know, it actually just happened. Somebody wasn't paying attention. It happened last week.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Rammed into a friend of mine. Yeah.
Is he okay?
Yeah, no, he's good.
All right, good. Ooh, look at that car. That's beautiful.
You know, right? That's cool.
Yeah.
Look at all three of these
Oh,
cars.
shit. Look at this. This is awesome. All right, so let me ask you, when, let's say you're oh shit, there's all kinds of stuff going on
What
here.
is going on?
I don't know.
What in the world?
It's like we're running into something awesome.
Oh my god.
Okay, let's say you're in a wheelie, right?
Yeah.
Besides obviously yourself and your balance and keeping yourself upright, what other factors are you nervous of or conscious of? Obviously, whoever's in front of you, you got to be mindful of.
Yeah, absolutely. And always even watch your back, because there might be somebody in a wheelie behind you.
Right. Okay.
You know, so always we just try to be mindful of each other and give each other space. So that goes back to that. So even when not even just what's in front of you, but always be looking behind you even. You know, if somebody's in a wheelie behind me, I'll try to move over just so I'm out of their way.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
And you know, I'm still learning too, as well. Right. And I'm super cautious when I'm with the pack, like when I'm with the group, because I know I'm learning and I don't have as much control as some of these other guys. You know. Right. So that's why if I'm ever doing wheelies in the pack and stuff, you'll see I'll be at the front where there's like no cars in front of me or no other bikes in front of me, just because I'm allowing myself more space just with what I feel comfortable with now while I'm still learning, you know? Okay, very interesting. Because, I mean, I'll be honest, I've never tried, other than a regular burnout, I've never done a stunt, I've never tried a stunt, so I don't know what it's like to be in that mindset. You know, maybe I'm still looking at it as an outsider where, you know, I just see that down the road and it just looks wholly unsafe. But, like I said, being an outsider, maybe I don't know everything all the preparation you guys have done. Yeah, I mean, these guys, like, there are unsafe wheelies. Of course, they got it. But these guys, when you're actually a stunter, it's a lot more control than you might think. Okay, good. You know, the ones that scare me are the guys I see on the highway going 80 miles per hour trying to pop, doing speed wheelie, you know, just doing throttle, you know, no clutch, no control, no nothing. You know, the guys that make me the most nervous is the guys that they're riding these huge packs of like 30 or 40 dirt bikes. Yeah. And they're just doing it everywhere. Like they go around cars in a wheelie. I'm like, dude, what the heck? I don't know. Yeah. Now, honestly, like, right now, like this is the MLK weekend. Right. And there's a lot of quads out, a lot of dirt bikes, and they do ride very reckless. And honestly, that's why I don't always enjoy riding in Miami, because it seems like when we come down here, we always end up meeting with a group of them. It just scares me because I've seen a lot of people get hurt. Oh shit, and this is cool. They're unsafe. Yeah, this is really cool. I can't believe I haven't been here. Any cops around? I don't see any. Okay, Keri, you're gonna show us some cool shit?